Chess, and we are here in the Lead Chess arena, and it is Labor Day again, yes, and we are here. Welcome everyone. If you are tuned into this video, we are signaling, instructing, teaching, enjoying ourselves, and getting everybody to the next level in their online chess and over-the-board chess. Very, very serious stuff. Chess is a matter at times of the truth and the untruths of zero-sum games, and there is no zero-sum game. If you don't know what a zero-sum game is, I'm sure you can look it up on dictionary.com or somewhere else provided on the internet. Guys, chess is a shot at wrong versus right, my ideas versus yours. Let's get to it. Prince Chigs from Norway. Looks like a pretty decent player by his lead chess rating. So in this game, guys, it was just played moments ago here on Labor Day. It's almost 8 o'clock at night now. So I wanted to play another rapid game as I've been playing all day. You guys want to check this one out, then stick with me, and let's learn about the English opening Anglo-Indian game. You guys don't know enough about the Anglo-Indian defense. Well, I went for it this game. Let's check it out and see what Prince Chigs had to offer us. Okay, c4, knight f6, and g3, g6, bishop g2, and bishop to g7. We have the Anglo-Indian, so-called, with c4, knight f6. Anytime you guys play knight f6, it's an Indian defense, okay, to c4, d4, stuff like that. e4, knight f6 is the Alekhine variation, an old 19th century line that I think still gets played sometimes, right? Was it e4? Okay. All right, guys, let's go now. So e5 as a response to e4. Knight e2. Perhaps more common is just, let's get to the analysis board here now, guys. Perhaps maybe more common here in this line is just, to play knight to f3 after e5. Sorry, not the rook, guys, the knight here, right? Knight to f3, but okay, game can continue. Knight to e2, d6. Okay, d6. d6 is a very interesting move. Let's go back to the main screen here. Thanks for bearing with me there, guys. Let's continue. e4, e5, knight e2 as it does c6, short castles, and b6. Well, it was better to short castles first, but instead I wanted to fianchetto a little early, which is kind of premature in this position, guys, if you don't know enough about the English-Indian defense. d3, but let's learn now. That's why we're here, right? Bishop b7, h3, c6 played by myself. Well, it was better to short castle instead of c6. And again, some premature moves from black, but let's see what happens despite a couple inaccuracies in the open, I think, from myself. King h2 is very interesting here, by the way. King h2. Wow, maybe... I don't know what the purpose of that was, but let's continue. As this is an instructive game, it's a little easier to understand. I noticed in the playlist, guys, I kind of have some trickier games that are a little harder to understand in the advanced playlist. It's going to be more of like an intermediate level game since there aren't really that many, too many challenging ideas that would make it harder for us just to learn a basic chess game. As no chess game is really that basic because chess is just hard no matter what level you play at. Okay, so we see it chops, ed5, ed5, cd5, bishop d5, and knight to c3. Well, I was expecting instead of knight to c3 to just go for bishop takes, right? I was thinking bishop d5, knight d5, and I was contemplating whether or not to take with the knight or the queen. I think knight's a little sharper as it opens up the long-range diagonal for the dark squared bishop. So anyways, knight to c3, and being temporarily up a pawn captures, king captures, and knight to d5, and I feel like after f4 and knight c3, ef4, queen check, and just blocking the check here with the queen, guys. It's not a big deal. You don't have to move the king in this position. Just throw the queen up. So I think as a continuation and a good follow-up, rook e1 was excellent here, played by my opponent, and I think white kind of has the initiative, if not kind of. White's going to win that pawn back on f4 at some point, either with the bishop. You could play bishop f4 looks really strong. If bishop f4, then black can play bishop c3, bc3, and then there's an available check on the d5 square. queen d5 check, king goes somewhere, maybe like h2 for example. Let's continue with what happened in the game. So not recapturing with the bishop like we talked about, guys. Now queen captures f4, and that allows now, by giving up the a4 e8 diagonal, light square diagonal, now we get to check with queen c6 check, king to h2 like we talked about earlier in the previous line just a moment ago. Try to keep up, guys, okay? If this is a little too much for you, I got a lot of other videos in the playlist. Okay, we've got a lot of other stuff going on there, right? In terms of, intermediate, beginner level. This is the advanced playlist in order to grasp advanced ideas at a rapid pace, as it's rapid chess. About 6 minutes in here, guys, and girls, if you're around. Knight to e4, and that allows for a check. So a little bit of a mistake here. Not a blunder, but definitely a book mistake. Just now allowing a check, c2 check, king h1. And here comes the onslaught for black now. What seemed to be a decent position for white, now black is just getting way too much counterplay after king f8. Recapturing with the queen, which I don't really agree with. I know you're trying to go after my f7 square there. It's just not sufficient if you're a chess player and you know what certain moves are and how things are supposed to go. If you know chess, right? If you can able to explain chess through the way that you play in your games, okay, to your opponent and people in the community. So knight d6 was a try, but guys, find the best move. Everyone, guys, girls, whatever species you are, or gender or otherwise, guys, find the best move for black in this position. It's not so easy. I had a very long think. In this game, you can see that both players used their entire clock. 0 minute, 0 seconds left on the clock, 5 seconds and 2 milliseconds left for myself. And this was a real chaser. It went right to the end game, and both players just started making moves in the end game just to try to keep time on the clock. But as you can see, I had an extra 5 seconds and change. What did you guys find? Did you guys find queen c6 check? Is this a move that you guys ended up finding? Well, if you did, congratulations, and you should applaud yourself if you spotted that check. Now knight drops back. Well, if you end up just moving the king to another square, there's knight c3, and there's a royal fork. The house collapses. You're at least going up in exchange or a full major piece. And that's exactly what happened now. Knight c3, just like in the previous line. Giving up the queen here for the exchange, or the full rook in that case. And now black has a full rook. It's just, in this endgame, white's just causing black a few problems. Yeah, knight drops back to f2. Throwing the knight over here, throws a check, throws another check, and after a few moves here, well, a long line of moves, I'll say, check. Both players low on time. Now there is a check, and in this position, well, white's going to win the rook back. But after I take here with check and take, okay, sure, I get to defend the pawn. Black is up a pawn now. I was up an entire rook, but I just blundered the endgame there with the variation of the pieces. So we see some moves now. Yes, they're being played. Rook a2, rook a6, rook a3, looking to make a discover check after something like bishop captures on e5. Now I'm just winning a minor piece. Rook to a2, and it's not finished yet, guys. King f3, rook to h2, now threatening a check. Just playing moves just to play moves, as both players are extremely low on the clock. And a lot of the thinks that took place in this game. Okay, we'll just show how the game finalized here. Yep, some takes, some moves. Black is up 2 pawns. And I put myself in a very easily winning position, moving my king up, throwing an extra check, now checking again and picking up the pawn. Very simple, easy win for black. I'm going to have 3 pawns for the good and a dark squared bishop for a poor knight. And black is home to victory. Okay, so very nice, instructional, and I got a lot out of that. Just shy of about 10 minutes. You guys are awesome. Anyone who's participating and watching my games, learning from my games, as most of them seem to be very instructive online games. We've been going over modern defense games, Sicilian defense, open Sicilian, Smith-Morritt Gambit Sicilians, hyper-accelerated modern dragon Sicilians. We've sort of beat that with a dead horse, so to speak. You know, the old expression in English goes. Now we're going for more Indian defenses. This was an Anglo-Indian defense, c4, knight f6, g3, g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, e4, e5. And You guys take care. Play good chess with your family online and over the board, or friends. Or do as I do and play just against random people all over the world, and then maybe share your results with someone. And if you're getting the results that you want in your chess at the level that you want to be at, then maybe sharing your chess insights and your chess knowledge in the future would be something that would behoove all of us in the Virgin Islands chess community. ISV International, it's 8 o'clock on the dot. I got to go. And much more to come in the future, as always. Take care, everyone. Good luck with your chess online. See you on the... And bye-bye, guys. Take care. Colin signing off. Bye, guys.